Hiya, Crudless here. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play World of Warcraft Leveling Legacy. We are back on Thunderhand, our Dwarf warrior, currently at level 25, I think. Yeah, 25. That's awesome. We are close to learning some amazing new skills. We already learned Pummel. I missed that previously. Let's draw that down here on the action bar. We are learning Heroic Leap in one level. That is going to be awesome, as well as Piercing Howl and Whirlwind. So we are getting some of the most awesome spells for the warrior in just during this episode, I think. We only need, let's see here, 9 bars remaining, so we are halfway there. In the last episode, we ventured here. First of all, we got our mounts. And then we went to Darkshire and started killing some boars and spiders and learned some cooking skills, or at least we got some recipes. And then we sent out to help a dude over at the tower here to the east at Beggar's Haunt, Abercrombie I think his name was. And now we were sent down here to give this ghost lady a spectral comb to get her, this one here, the spectral comb, to get some ghost hair for that guy. We're supposed to get that for the tailor woman back in Darkshire. And there was also some dark secrets lurking around this place. So as you can see, these are undead. The rotting horrors. And as you might notice, when these guys die, they will leave this puddle of I guess some sort of clouds. If you step inside that one, you will have this debuff right at your character here. It'll deal plague damage every 2 seconds. You might want to step away from those when they die. Pretty much a mechanic that is used a lot in Northrend in the Wrath of the Lich King expansion is that these rotting corpses here will leave some puddles like that. It's also a mechanic used by oozes and stuff, so you might want to get away as quickly as you can after you've looted them. So we are supposed to kill one more of these guys, and then gotta take a look what's inside this house. Okay, so there's a nice fireplace here. We have the toilet out there at the back, and inside we find she's been updated to the new Banshee model. That's interesting. So she is a Banshee, Blind Mary. Look at that, she's terrifying. Let's have a chat with her.
What now?
The memory of my beauty makes its loss unbearable.
Oh, please don't look at me. I tore out these eyes with my own hands, but I can still feel your gaze. She tore out her own eyes. Oh, that's horrible. I'm hideous, hideous, please look away. So we gave her the comb. What is this? A comb? It's lovely. It slides through my hair as if it weren't the stiff, stringy horror that it is. Oh, if I only had a mirror. No! Take the comb away from me. I'm a monster, and no one will ever think me lovely again.
Beware.
So we got the comb. We got the hair there. Ghost hair comb back. And also she wants to have a mirror apparently, but she looks horrible. Why, yes, I used to own a looking glass. Oh, that was the other quest, by the way.
Our time will come.
We're sent down here by that dude with the really strange name, Victori. And he wanted to get some sort of, I guess some sort of item that we could use to look at the stars. Build a device which let me peer towards the stars. According to Cog's blueprints, what I need is to find a way to reflect light. So maybe she has some sort of mirror or looking glass. I used to own a looking glass. The looking glass was one of my finest treasures until the incident. After that happened, I discarded it behind the barn. There was an insane ghoul who used to roam back there. Perhaps he picked it up. Rumor has it that the devilish beast resides in the Tranquil Gardens Cemetery. That's a really awesome name, by the way. Tranquil Gardens Cemetery. So we have the insane ghoul quest, which will take us there. It's down there by the bottom. So we want to head back to Darkshire first, though, because when we deliver the Night Watch quest we just had, I think we'll get an updated quest for that area down by the ghoul. Here you can see some chicken and the barns and little house there. So a lot of this place would have been really cozy if it wasn't that dark, to be honest. So there's a multi-boxer in the guild. Huh, look at this. Let's turn in this quest. We're not going to turn in the other one, as we'll probably be doing that chain later on. That's the Stalvan Mistmantle quest for any of you guys that are familiar with the area.
Need help?
Splendid, Thunderhand. For your service to the people of Darkshire, you shall be rewarded. There is an even fouler undead left to be dealt with, Thunderhand. Tranquil Garden Cemetery, further south of town, is a place you don't want to be caught in at night. The bones that rise from the ground there are cunning enough to remember how to swing an axe or cast a spell. Oh, so they do have some sort of intelligence, it seems. I should need to explain how dangerous that makes them. Proceed with caution, but remember that people of Darkshire will suffer if you falter.
Farewell.
Don't falter. We should probably return the comb to... What's your name? Madam Eva? Hello?
Well met.
I sense that you have seen Blind Mary. You have my comb. I can make a spool of ghost hair thread with this and have a few strands left to spare. Here are some coins for those extra strands. Oh, thank you. 2000 XP. Wow. Here's your thread, Thunderhand. It has 1,000 uses, from binding evil spirits to sewing life into inanimate objects. Sewing life into inanimate objects? That doesn't sound too good. Can I sew it into the chair and it'll be a living chair?
Safe travels.
What does this Abercrombie guy want with that here? I wonder. Let's have a trip up to him and deliver that quest. See what he has to say to us. I do love this mount here. It has some sort of bongo drums on the sides. Guess used for when you are going to war. You drum the drums to get the rhythm for marching, I guess. That was one of the things that the Kodo units used in Warcraft 3. They were like drumming the drums on the side of a Kodo. I think the Kodo must still have those drums. Let's take a look. Kodo. Yeah, they do. As you can see here, they also have these drums. And they also threw their axes and seemingly got an unlimited supply of axes, those Kodo riders in Warcraft 3. I need to string the ghost hair thread along my door and my windows to keep out unwanted spirits. Did you get it for me? Okay, so that's what he's going to use them on. Delightful. This will do splendidly. Here, good Thunderhand, take this up as a payment for your honorable deed. Get some new gloves. Dirty, rotten gloves. 5 strength, though. Wow, it's pretty nice. I need a bottle of a certain liquor. Zombie juice. Tavern Keep Smiths at the Scarlet Raven Tavern in Darkshire should have some. And please hurry, Thunderhand. These nights get cold and are full of terrors. No, and I need that drink to put fire in my veins again, so he wants some alcohol, it seems. Strange. Strange indeed. Gonna run back down. I've been contemplating whether I should use some other mounts and swap them out each episode just to get a different feel on how these things work out. So from the next episode, I think I'll just change it to something else, and then we can get to experience all these great beasts of rideability, which is going to be fun. This mount here is a what are they called again? They're a Mushan beast from Pandaria. So they are sort of a dinosaur creature. Oh my god, it's raining outside. Not sure if you guys can hear that on through the microphone, but it's pouring down. Fall is coming. So let's talk to the tavern keeper here.
You need some zombie juice, do you? That's some strong stuff. I don't usually get requests for it. If you bring me some rot blossoms, then I can brew you up a batch of zombie juice. Rot blossoms grow in strange places. They tend to flourish on dead things, and Duskwood has its fair share of those. I've seen a few of them growing at Tranquil Garden Cemetery lately. Check near the graves, but mind the dead that are walking about near there.
See you around.
That's convenient for us that all of these things are down by the Tranquil Gardens Cemetery. But yeah, that seems really strange as well. Abercrombie must be in need of some great induced states from the alcohol, as it seems to be very potent. It only flourishes on dead things. That seems pretty disgusting though, but you know, alcohol can be brewed from fungi, so it doesn't really seem that strange. So let's move down here. As you can see, we approach Tranquil Gardens. Oh, There's a skeletal mage. You can see these guys have the difference between the ghouls and the skeletal or the skeletons. The skeletals here are that of course they have lost all of the skin and the muscles and the meat on their bodies have deteriorated. And also we have these warriors here. Pretty old models these. They've been around for a while, since the start of the launch of Warcraft. World of Warcraft, sorry. And you can see these are armored up, but the skin has rotted away. So this could be due to two things, of course. They could have been raised from the dead long after they died, or they could have been undead for a long while. Oh, there we got level 26. So let's do something fun now, since we did learn a couple of new spells. First of all, we learned where is it? Heroic Leap. This one is amazing. So with Heroic Leap, we can select the skill, and then we can select put this circle of a green amazingness. Never really looked at this texture before. We have this huge circle around a trinity, a triangle in the middle. You can select an area and you can click on that, and that happens. Just leap to that area, and it works really well. It does have a pretty long cooldown though, 45 seconds. So you can leap through the air toward a target location, slamming down with a destructive force to deal 76 physical damage to all enemies within 8 yards. So it does have some AoE capabilities. We also learned Piercing Howl snares all enemies within 15 yards, reducing their movement speed. So this is nice for PvP especially. And another spell that I kind of glossed over, was Pummel. Pummel's the target, interrupting spell casting and preventing any spell in that school from being cast for 4 seconds. So a school of magic is the type of damage it deals. So for example, a fireball is a fire school, arcane spell is a arcane spell, frost is frost of course, and we also have nature and holy and shadow. I think that's it basically. And what we are going to do now is to introduce something that I frequently use, but I haven't really talked about it since we started the series, and that is macros. So first of all, a macro is a way to put key bindings into certain action. Well, you can use macros to lots of different things, but you can basically write different commands and make better use of your key bindings. You can use this to open things, you can use it to move around, you can use it for scripts, lots of different cool stuff you can do. For example, here we already made a macro. My memories did actually serve me wrong there. And we use this to whistle at those the rams back in Dunmorrow. So when I click the macro here, you can see I've written in whistle, and then when you click the key down here, my character will whistle. So you don't have to write /whistle every time. That's basically what this functions as. So let's make a new macro. Let's delete this one. And then we're going to make a macro for Pummel and for, Piercing Howl. So what we're going to do here is we're going to write in we can click on new, and we're going to make a macro called Pummel. Let's select you can select lots of different icons here. There are tons of icons you can select from. And what I usually do is to select the question mark here, and then you can write the pound mark, and then you click, let's see here, what can we do? Show tooltip, which means it will show a tooltip when you mouse over it. For example, a tooltip here, if you look at the right bottom of the screen, right above the map here, you can see that the description of the different spell comes up. Pummel, Piercing Howl, charge here. There is a description right in this area on the right. If you don't write the /tooltip here, then this one won't come up. So let's write just cast Pummel. You can write in different commands here, cast, use, stuff like that. So you can see here, if I drag this key down, you can see that there isn't a tooltip when I mouse over it. But if you write /tooltip, what am I saying here? Show tooltip. Messing up my words here. Pound show tooltip there, and then cast Pummel. Then the macro will have a tooltip, and it also adapted the icon automatically there. What we are going to do is add a modifier, as it's called. And to do this, you use the the clamps here. Not sure what they are called, but yeah, these square clamps. And you write in either mod, and then you write a colon, and then you add the key you want as a modifier. So for example, shift, you can use alt, you can use control, whatever you want. Let's put in shift there. We have a shift modifier, as it's called. Now, when we do that, as you can see, this one turns into question mark, and when I click shift, it will change into pummel. But we don't want that. We want piercing howl to be there when we click shift. Then we want pummel to be there when we are not holding in any modifier key. So we're going to do a piercing howl here. Piercing howl. There we go. And then you use the semicolon afterwards. And there we go. That's how it works. So now we have a pummel with a speed reducing modifier. I usually do this to save up some space on my action bars. Alternatively, of course, you could have added a certain binding to the key. So you can have one for the button, and you can have another key binding with a shift binding next to it. But I use modifiers here to keep things minimalistic, I guess. So this one is used. I usually don't use piercing howl a lot. Movement slowing effects. Only use them when I PvP or when I have some sort of purpose of slowing people down. So that's why I usually just keep them hidden for general gameplay. As you can see, there was the piercing howl, like that. He just screams out loud. It does require some rage now, 10 rage. And we also have pummel. I'm going to show that off on this mage here. Let's see if he casts a spell. Come on, cast a spell. There we go. Now we're going to pummel him. Ooh, and there's the spell interrupted. So that's how they work. Sorry for the digression there, but showing off macros, we will be using more of those because they do really improve it makes the whole button clicking of the game, the general gameplay, actually a lot easier in my opinion. So, yay! Let's continue on the quest though. We need some rot blossoms, and these are strewn around on the floor if you haven't seen me already gathering them. One thing I do recommend that I actually found out when I was playing on my laptop is pretty poor, is that you see that outline surrounding the different items we can loot. For example, here there's a sort of a glowy tinge around the edge. You can see that on this grave moss, which is an herb we can get as well. That is actually... it wasn't showing on my laptop because I have all my features turned on to low. So now I currently have a lot of this stuff on ultra. The viewing distance is a bit lower than I would prefer, but yeah, just tune it down to get some nice frame rate. But what you want to make sure is on high or good is the outline mode. This will make things appear a lot brighter and really might reduce the... Oh, there we get the looking glass, by the way. That's the insane ghoul. Oh, he's poisonous. It might reduce the immersive factor of the game, because it does kind of make things stand out, which probably shouldn't if you're just exploring the world. But for gameplay purposes, it really is a nice function to make things more visible. You can see here there are some briar thorns and some tin veins. And we can loot those, but there is a kind of problem with that, because as you can see, it requires, if you look at the requirements to mine this thing, it requires mining 1. We have mining 1, now we have mining 2. And we did get some tin ore right there. But the problem is, if you have too low of a skill, for example here, grave moss leaf, we didn't have enough skill to get a full leaf. We didn't get a full grave moss, we got some leaves instead. Luckily we got 10 of these, and when you have 10 you can combine them into a grave moss. I guess grave moss isn't a leaf, looking at the tooltip there, but oh well. Actually explaining game mechanics today, man. It's kind of quite of a divergence for me. Stepping away from just talking about the lore, we gotta focus on some of the gameplay as well. Yeah, there we go. As you can see, mining does give you quite a bit of experience. Well, not a lot. That was actually really low experience. A mob kill gives us about 164 experience plus 82 XP rested. One of the 64 experiences is half of that is rested experience, which you get from logging off in an inn, which we did, which is good. Okay. Let's give this on to Victory Prismantras. I showed Cog at the beginning of our star viewing machine. He was impressed. Did you happen to find a reflective device? Yes, I did. Look at that little monocle he has there. Some sort of goggle?
He carries the looking glass.
Also, he is insane. That's the description of the insane ghoul right there. Most superb. This'll work perfectly. Many thanks. Now, there is just one more item I needed to complete this device. Cog's blueprints calls for a lens of some sort. The only lens I know of that could be large enough will be very difficult to acquire. There is an ogre by the name of Zrakvul who resides in a mound in southern Duskwood. If you can bring me his monocle, and I will use that as our lens.
For the
Oh, we got the description there on the right. Captain of the Stone Fist clan. As you can see, there is he's using the old ogre model. Looks pretty dangerous. I think that's the old ogre model at least. So he was the captain of what was his name? Yeah, I can't remember the name of the clan here, but Zrakvul, he's an old NPC. We have to talk to the bartender first, of course, and then we can head up to Abercrombie afterwards. We have to turn those rot blossoms into the zombie juice. That doesn't really sound like a tempting alcohol drink, to be honest. Alcoholic drink, more precisely. Scarlet Raven Tavern. Oh, let's talk to him.
You need something?
Hi, Thunderhand. Do you have those rot blossoms for me yet? Good. You got the rot blossoms. Wait. Oh my god, this dialogue. I'll whip up the zombie juice. It's strong stuff, I warn you. Here's your zombie juice. And be careful with this stuff. It's strong enough to raise the dead.
See you later.
Strong enough to raise the dead. And the thread could give life to inanimate objects. Anyway, let's talk to the Ebon Lock.
What can I do for you?
The people of Darkshire thanks you, Thunderhand. You've proven yourself to be a great ally of the Night Watch.
Be careful.
Thank you. That was basic dialogue, but oh well. We did get a ring though. It has a what? It has dodge on it. 5 dodge. Huh. Don't think even I have an add-on here showing a bit more of our attributes currently, but I don't think dodge is showing. Movement speed maybe. Not sure where the dodge is. Armor damage reduction, crit haste, versatility. No idea where that shows up. But anyway, it does give us some dodge rating, which is nice for tanking, taking damage. We can just avoid attacks altogether. We are currently fully equipped though. That was like the last item we had currently. We don't have a tabard, but those are pretty easy to come by. Yeah, we also have the Kishan's bandana. Wonderful. Let's have a chat with Abercrombie, and he will probably be happy for the zombie juice. I need that zombie juice to keep me warm on these cold, dark nights. To get that for me. 1,000 thanks, Thunderhand. You warm an old man's heart with your with your kindness. This guy is up to something. Here you are, friend. Take this as a token of my gratitude. We got another ring. Ring of the Fool. I just call this foolish. A few weeks ago, I was picking herbs far from my house, and a band of ogres attacked me. I ran, and I was forced to leave behind a crate of precious tools and herbs. After they chased me off, the ogres swaggered back to the ogre mound in southern Duskwood. I'm sure my crate is somewhere near the mound. Please, Thunderhand, retrieve this crate for me, for I will miss it sorely.
Have a good one.
Who seems like a jolly good fellow, though he called us a fool. Maybe we are. I'm gonna remove the ring now in favor of the strength ring, which is a lot better, at least for us. Here we have, let's take a look. We're supposed to head down to, first of all, we have some worgen in the woods. We have the quest for the Legend of Stalvan, and then there are 2 quests to go to the ogre mound. Let's not get trapped on the wall there. So that's another trick I use. I usually turn on, I have auto walk mapped to my mouse. So I click like a side button on my mouse to move, and then I sometimes just open the map to view things while my character is walking in the background, which is useful for traveling distances without spending too much time just looking at the back of my character. We have another quest to get, don't we? Let's talk to him first though. Clark Daltrey, and give him the quest here.
Can I help you? You want to know about Stalvan? You're not the first, you know.
We got outsiders coming through asking him every so often. Always outsiders. Everyone who lives here knows better. You're out of luck anyway. I'm missing half the archives. Feral Worgen broke into the town hall not a few nights ago and tore the place to shreds. The documents you'll want are probably strewn around all across Brightwood Grove by now, deep in the woods to the west. Not worth it if you ask me.
See you later.
What is this? What is this? They're captured by Worgen? Why would the Worgen go and get the letters? This seems strange. The documents you want is from strewn across Brightwood. Feral Worgen. Feral Worgen. And tore the place to shreds. That doesn't look too promising. Let's see if we can get some more tin. Could probably sell those for a lot. Well, some amount anyway. Now here we are in the Grove. And we'll see some of these Worgen. Let's go and kill them. They are called Nightbane Worgen and they are feral. But you can see they are wearing bandages. Ah, skunk! Hello, skunk! Okay. We need to kill, how many? 7 of these? And then we gotta try to find those letters, or what remains of them anyway. And that'll probably not take too long. Let's try to use the heroic leap in there and take them. Works really well. Nice. Oh, this guy is a rare spawn. Fenros, sorry. He's a lumberjack, if you can tell by the fact that he's wearing like a pretty red shirt, and he was using a hatchet of sorts. Okay, let's get over to this camp because that's where the quest tells us these are pile of scraps. Okay, let's open these. Ah, Worgen. We get a stash of bundled letters. Can we read these? Yes, we can, but I'm gonna kill a Worgen first because we're just done with this quest. Then we're gonna take a look at those letters that was stolen. Oh, another cloak. I don't have that look, so let's equip that one. Was it better than ours? No, it has intellect. Okay. Let's take a look at this letter. To the Honorable Headmaster Krillian, to my former master, I write to you so that you might know what your apprentice has been doing of late. Paying heed to your advice, I sought to build my knowledge and wisdom through travel outside the gates of our beloved Stormwind. My journey took me to many places, but I have decided to take up residence here in the lovely town of Moonbrook. And we've been there to Moonbrook. That was where the Defiants had their base. The surrounding fields of Westfall are most beautiful as the harvest approaches. This is very, very similar to the novels like Dracula or Frankenstein that are basically delivered throughout like letters, and tales written in a journal of sorts. Within just a few days of my visit, I found myself tutoring the local children from the nearby farmlands. The lessons went so well that the town mayor commissioned me to run a school, and construction has begun on a brand new schoolhouse from Silverpine to Stormwind and now Moonbrook. Who would have guessed I would see so much of Azeroth? Warm regards, Stalvan Mistmantle. Dear noble sir, word of your need for tutor for your children has travelled to me here in Goldshire, where I take up temporary residence in the Lion's Pride Inn. Due to the unfortunate state of events in the region, I was forced to abandon my post as headmaster of the Moonbrook Schoolhouse. Please accept my application to serve as a tutor for your offspring. Headmaster Krillian of the Academy can speak to you of my abilities if necessary. So here we have the story here. As you can see, he's searching for a new job, as it seems. I shall travel to meet you in person when the winter rains subside and the roads are suitable for travel once again. Until then, Stalvan Mistmantle of Silverpine. Of Silverpine, it seems. Stalvan Mistmantle. Now, I think we got this quest from... Who was it? Back in the house over here. No, that's not the quest. We got it from the dude. Where is he? Never mind. Anyway, we got it from the dude we met back in... the dude we met back in Gilneas. Or was it his brother? I can't remember. Anyway, let's talk to Calor here. Impressive, Thunderhand. It would seem that you are capable enough to handle yourself. Perhaps a more suitable challenge could be found for one of your abilities. Killing, you mean? The worgen infestation stretches further than Brightwood Grove to the south. On the very edges of Darkshire itself, the rotting orchard is host to even more of the savage beasts. The worgen there are more cunning, Thunderhand, but just as savage and evil. They conjure foul shadows to tear their enemies apart from a distance. Go to the rotting orchard and slay these shadow weavers to keep the town safe.
Light bless you.
That sounds like a plan. Oh yes. And we also have to deliver the quest to Mr. Clark Daltrey here. And we'll do that in the next episode, and we'll try to investigate what is going on with the worgen. Why are there worgen here, all the way down south from this place, over in Silverpine Forest? Why are they all the way down here in Duskwood? Seems strange. We'll see if we can get some answers in the next episode. By the way, and on the screen right now, after my exit here is done, you'll see two annotations on the screen, and I'll put links in the comments as well, or in the description below if you don't have access to the annotations, with links to both this playlist for Leveling Legacy and for the Legion playthrough. So check those out if you have the time. I appreciate it a lot. See you guys in the next episode as we'll continue our journey here in Duskwood. Bye bye until then.